United is the largest airline in the world by available seat miles, with hubs in Newark, Chicago O'Hare, Denver, Houston, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Washington Dulles. Today we're going to dive into its MileagePlus program with a big compilation of tips about earning and redeeming miles with United. Welcome back to Points for Normal People. I'm Katie, and I believe travel isn't just for the rich. I'm here to share easy-to-follow tips to help you supercharge your travel points so that you can pay for entire vacations every year. This is going to be a two-part series because it got a little too long for just one part. Part 1 today is all about United's own loyalty program, MileagePlus. We're going to cover how the program works, how to earn miles in ways you might not expect, the United credit card lineup, and what cardholder benefits actually mean for your award searches, how to search for awards, and one of my favorite things United offers that no other major airline does, miles pooling for families and friends. Part 2 is coming next, and that's where we'll get into partner programs, like how to book the exact same United flight through partners like Avianca LifeMiles or Canada Aeroplan, sometimes for fewer points. If you have Amex, Capital One, or Citi points and can't figure out how to get onto United flights with them, that's going to be the episode for you. But let's start with the foundation over here with United. United's loyalty program is called MileagePlus, and United is part of the Star Alliance. Now, United doesn't have a published award chart anymore. United moved to fully dynamic pricing in November 2019. The number of miles a flight costs varies based on demand, the time of year, and other factors. The same route might cost 8,000 miles on a Tuesday and 30,000 over spring break. Dynamic pricing will be familiar to you if you've listened to other episodes this season. Delta and American both have dynamic pricing as well for award flights. But unlike Delta, United still has the concept of a Saver Award. So when you're searching, it will mark certain awards as Saver Awards. And this will be a really good indication that, first of all, you likely have the lowest price for that flight, but also that it might be possible to book it with a partner. And that's what we'll go over next week, that second part. But because pricing is dynamic, you're not guaranteed to find a Saver Award on any given flight, even if you start searching the minute flights are released in the schedule. So domestic Saver Awards in economy typically start around 12,500 miles each way, though shorter routes can be less. United now also advertises last seat availability, which means theoretically that any seat for sale can technically be booked with miles. So this often goes hand in hand with dynamic pricing because airlines can make every seat available with dynamic pricing, but just charge a lot for it. Before you can book anything, you need the miles. So let's talk about how to earn them. And United has some unique ways that you can be earning them. So the first is flying any Star Alliance airline on a paid ticket. I'm actually not sure that I went over this in other episodes, but this is true for other airline alliances as well. Anytime you fly any Star Alliance airline on a paid ticket, which means not an award ticket, you can choose which airline you want to earn miles with. So if you get a good flight deal on Lufthansa and paid with cash, you could choose to credit those miles earned to other Star Alliance airlines like United. Even if you book via a bank travel portal like Chase Travel or Capital One Travel, and then offset your purchase with miles, those are, from the perspective of the airline, a cash fare, and you can earn miles on those. If you forgot to add your MileagePlus number at the time, you usually have 30 days to 6 months to ask for retroactive miles. Now with United, if you fly on a paid United ticket, you can earn even more miles if you're a United cardholder. And sometimes now you'd actually earn no miles. Like if you're a general member without a United card, you'd earn 0 miles if you buy a basic economy ticket. If you fly United, having a United card or status has become a lot more important for earning and redeeming miles. And I'm going to go over that in a minute when we get to the details on the card lineup. When it comes to earning, all of those United cards, of course, also can earn miles on your everyday spending, and they also can give you a big chunk of miles when you open them through a welcome offer. You can also get United miles by transferring them in from Chase Ultimate Rewards or Bilt Rewards. Both programs transfer to United at a 1-to-1 ratio. Marriott also transfers to United at a 3-to-1 ratio with a 10,000 mile bonus for every 60,000 points. Generally, that Marriott transfer is not a great deal, but it could be useful for topping off a balance to get the award that you want. Next, here's a few ways to earn miles that will be familiar if you've listened to the other episodes. So United and Lyft have a partnership where you can link your United MileagePlus account to your Lyft profile and earn miles on every ride. Pre-scheduled rides to and from the airport earn 4 miles per dollar, which is their best rate. Extra Comfort, Lyft Black, and non-scheduled airport rides earn 3 miles per dollar, and then other standard rides earn just 1 mile per dollar. Keep in mind that with Lyft, you have to pick one partner to earn miles with. So you might choose instead to link Lyft to Built, where you earn 2 points per dollar, or Atmos, where you earn 2 to 3 points per dollar. But if you want to go all in with United, I'll put the link in the show notes of how you can link your accounts. New users also get 1,000 bonus miles after linking and completing 2 rides within 30 days. So this could be a good way to get an extra boost on United miles. You can actually change your rewards partner at any time with Lyft, so you can switch back and forth between these different partners. That means you could get those 1,000 bonus miles right before a trip with United and then switch back to another partner later. Like a lot of airlines, United has an online shopping portal with over 1,100 retailers where you earn extra miles for purchase when you click through, and a dining program where you can earn miles at participating restaurants. So if you really want to go all in with United, you could install the MileagePlus shopping browser extension so that it pops up to remind you to activate your earnings before you check out at any store. That shopping portal also sometimes runs periodic spend bonus promotions, things like earn 500 bonus miles after spending 150 through the portal by a certain date. These come and go, usually around the holidays or the end of the quarter. One quick note about the dining program. So it has a dining program just like Southwest or Built or Rakuten, but those dining programs, as I've mentioned before, typically only allow you to register any given card to one of them since they're almost all running on the same rewards network. So you'll have to pick one to use as your primary dining network. So if you want to go all in on United miles, you could focus by adding the card you typically pay for restaurants with to United MileagePlus dining specifically. But you could also choose to link to Built, which is going to let you also transfer those points to United. I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about the United cards, and then I'll go back to one more way you can be earning United miles, where you can potentially even triple or quadruple dip your earnings. So the United card you hold, or whether you hold a card at all, does have an impact on your award bookings. And I think that if you plan to fly United once a year, holding a card can really make sense. So all of these cards are Chase-issued cards that will be linked to your MileagePlus account. At the lowest level is the United Gateway card, which has no annual fee. This card doesn't have many great benefits unless you spend $10,000 on the card in a calendar year. At that point, you'd unlock cardholder award pricing and free checked bags. Well, it actually might take about 4 weeks for that pricing to activate according to the terms. But most people will want to skip this card because you're not getting a lot unless you're spending $10,000 on it. It's good to know as an option, especially that it's an option you could downgrade one of the other United cards to if you're taking a break from flying United for a few years. The United Explorer card has a $150 annual fee. And that annual fee is often waived the first year that you have it. This is the sweet spot for most occasional to moderate United flyers. So the cardholder is going to get their first checked bag free for themselves, plus one other person on their reservation. Personally, I think that's a bit stingy. A lot of other airlines, it's everybody on your reservation. You also get 2 United Club passes per year, which could be used by the cardholder authorized users, or you can use it with other people that are flying with the cardholder. Now, United Club passes can be useful if you're at an airport like Chicago O'Hare, which doesn't really have a priority pass lounge. But with only 2 passes per year, it isn't the most useful benefit for a family or groups that travel together. This card also gets a bunch of little credits. So it does get a credit for TSA PreCheck or Global Entry. It also gets up to $60 per year in rideshare credits, up to $100 on United hotel purchases, and up to $50 towards Avis or budget car rentals. That sounds like a lot, but I don't think most of these credits are that valuable to most people. Like the rideshare credit is doled out at $5 a month, and the hotel credit is 2 $50 credits that have to be booked via United Hotels. So there's potential value there, but it's kind of a pain to unlock it. Like all the Chase co-branded cards, it does give you a complimentary 3-month Instacart Plus membership and $10 off each month at Instacart while you have Instacart Plus. So I have a full article on how to maximize these Chase Instacart benefits on my website, and I'm going to link that in the show notes because I think it's a really underused perk. This card also gets United cardholder pricing, which as of April 2nd, 2026, just got even better. So now eligible cardholders get at least 10% off every United Award flight they book. If you have status, so if you're a Premier member with a card, you get at least 15% off. So previously the benefit was a little more vague and just said that cardholders see expanded Saver Award inventory that non-cardholders couldn't access. But now even Saver pricing is at least 10% off for cardholders. All the credit cards with annual fees got this pricing discount automatically. Like I said, the no annual fee gateway card, and then there's also a debit rewards card. They require $10,000 in spend first, and then waiting up to 4 weeks for that cardholder pricing to take effect. For everyone else, cardholder pricing should activate within a few days of approval. It's not necessarily instant based on data points, but usually a few days after your account is approved, and then it'll link through the United system. One more family-specific note on this. Starting in April 2026, cardholders can link up to 8 children's MileagePlus accounts to share the cardholder earn rate and award pricing. Both the parent and the child need a date of birth saved on their accounts for this. When a linked child turns 18, they would automatically stop receiving the cardholder rates and pricing discount. Now, this is mostly applicable if you're paying cash for United flights for your kids, but it would still be good to know and to do if you do that. United also has 2 higher fee cards, the United Quest card with a $350 annual fee and the United Club card with a $695 annual fee. As you expect with cards with higher annual fees, these are going to come with higher levels of benefits. Both of these, for instance, come with your first and second checked bag free, though again, I still think it's a bit stingy that you only get it for the cardholder plus 1 companion on the reservation. Both cards come with higher levels of rideshare and Instacart credits, and they both give you a head start toward earning Premier status each year if you're trying to earn status with United. The United Club card, as you might guess by the name, also gives you expanded access to United clubs. This access is decent for a family as you do get access for the cardholder plus 1 adult guest plus all dependent children under 18 traveling with you. Just as a note, authorized users don't get club access at all on their own. But unless you're flying United almost exclusively, you're probably better off with a card that gives you access to a broader lounge network. But again, if you're really all in on United, the club card might make sense too if you're going to use those United clubs a lot, especially if you're at airports that don't have priority pass clubs. So those are the cards on the personal side. On the business side, there is also the United Business Card with an $150 annual fee. This one loosely mirrors the Explorer card, though usually the annual fee is not waived the first year. But it does often have a higher number of miles offered as the welcome offer. There's also a United Club Business Card, which generally mirrors that personal card again. There's now even a MileagePlus Debit Rewards card, though I don't really think it's worth opening. You'd have to keep $2,000 or more in the account to keep it fee-free, and you have to spend $10,000 a year to unlock cardholder pricing. It's administered by the same bank that does the Southwest debit card, and customer service isn't great. Now, you do get bonus miles for keeping miles in the account over the course of a year. So if you have bills that can only be paid by debit card and you really want to go all in with United Miles, this could be a path to get some extra United Miles. But I wouldn't broadly recommend it to people. Now, with that background of the basics of earning United Miles, I want to talk a little bit about a way that you can triple or quadruple stack earning United Miles with the MileagePlus X app, which I'll also refer to as MPX. But first, just a little normal people reminder. You don't have to maximize every single one of these earning opportunities. I certainly don't. For most people, you're going to focus on maximizing maybe one particular area of points. Maybe over time, as you build habits, you start maximizing another as well. The MileagePlus X app is an earning area that I've known about for a long time, but I personally don't use it because I'm fairly maxed out on what I'm managing on a day-to-day basis. It does have some potential, and that's why I want to explain it here in case it piques your interest. But don't ever feel bad that you're not maximizing every opportunity, because that's impossible. So the basic idea of the MPX app is this. You earn United Miles by purchasing e-gift cards through the app for stores that you were already going to shop at anyway. You're not actually spending any extra money. You're just routing a purchase you were already planning through the app first. So here's how that could work. Let's say you're heading to Home Depot. Before you go, you can open the app, find Home Depot, and buy a gift card for however much you plan to spend. The app delivers the e-gift card to you instantly. You walk in, pay with the gift card, and miles post to your MileagePlus account. You could theoretically even do this right after you've rung up to get a gift card in the exact amount of the purchase. That just depends how many people are behind you in line. Now, earn rates vary by merchant, typically about half a mile to 5 miles per dollar, but sometimes they're higher. And right now there's over 270 merchants in there, including Starbucks, Walmart, Best Buy, Apple, REI, lots of restaurant chains. The app also has a nearby feature that shows participating merchants close to your current location. So those United miles you're earning on the gift card purchase are the first layer of earning, or the first level of this stack. But you'll also earn points on whatever card you paid for the gift card with. So let's say you pay for a $100 Home Depot gift card, and let's just say the earn rate in MPX is 3 miles per dollar. And then you paid for that gift card with your Capital One Venture Rewards credit card. So you've earned 300 United miles for the e-gift card purchase in the app, and 200 Venture miles since you earn 2x with your Venture card. So that's 2 levels of the stack. And then the next level of the stack is applicable if you hold any United co-branded card. In that case, you automatically get a 25% bonus on every MPX purchase. Now, importantly, you don't have to pay with the United card to get the bonus. Just holding it triggers it. So in our example, you would have earned another 75 United miles if you have a United card as well. Then the fourth potential stack on the same purchase is to use an online shopping portal like Rakuten. You could even use the United Miles shopping portal. So this won't work in store, but it would work online. So in the Home Depot example, this might mean that you would be shopping at homedepot.com and then selecting in-store pickup. If your merchant also appears in a shopping portal, whether it's Rakuten or the MileagePlus shopping portal or any other one that we've talked about, you could also then earn cash back on points that way. So in this Home Depot example, I went and checked, and Home Depot is actually not in Rakuten anymore, but I could find it in some other portals for anywhere from half a mile per dollar to 10% cash back, depending on the purchase category. So let's just say, to keep it easy, that it's 1 mile per dollar. So I could earn another 100 miles. In that case, what's happening is that you already have your e-gift card that you paid for in the MPX app. Then you click through your shopping portal to Home Depot. Once you're at Home Depot, you make your purchase, you've already activated the shopping portal, and then you just pay with your gift card that you bought from MPX. So some of you might hear this and you feel excited, and some of you might hear it and you feel tired. The good news is that everyone gets to decide how to pursue miles and points. To give you all the information, here's a few caveats and cautions to using MPX. So first of all, e-gift cards through MileagePlus X are non-refundable. So if you make a return, that return is going to go back to the gift card, and that money is now locked into that specific store. This might not be a problem if it's a place you frequent, but it might be a pain for certain purchases. Importantly, by buying a gift card rather than purchasing directly with a store and using a credit card to pay, you're giving up purchase protection and extended warranty benefits that are included on a lot of cards. That's why I personally would not use this for a big appliance purchase at Home Depot, for instance, because I'd usually rather have an extra year of warranty than a few more United miles. But for restaurants or places that you don't need extra card protections, this could be a good way to stack up some extra earning. Also, I want to note that MPX earning rates will vary over time. So sometimes there's promotions with really good high rates or periods with lower rates. It's also good to know that MPX generally passes through the merchant's category, so it will code on your credit card. So a Domino's gift card will often code as dining, and an Airbnb gift card will often code as travel. This is especially helpful if you have cards that have those as bonus earning categories. Recent data points show that this works fairly reliably with Chase cards, but Amex doesn't necessarily pass through category bonus on MPX purchases. The coding has also historically turned on and off, so treat it as a nice when it works bonus rather than something that you're really depending on. The MPX app also serves as a hub for United's dining program, and you can also access the United MileagePlus shopping portal there as well. Okay, so talking through all the ways to earn United miles was long, but the good news is that when it comes to booking with United miles, it's actually pretty easy and painless. United has a flexible date calendar showing 30 days at a time, which makes it really easy to spot cheaper dates, and their website is really fast and easy to use. With United, there isn't any advantage to booking round trips from a cost perspective with award tickets. So I recommend that you search one way at a time because it's a lot easier to compare prices across states that way. If you cancel an award before departure, your miles are going to be redeposited for free. There's zero cancellation fee and no redeposit fee. This means you could book speculatively when you find good pricing and cancel later if your plans change, assuming you have the miles. Once you book a United flight, I'd suggest that you even set up an award alert for that flight on seats.aero or poinsia.com so that you can rebook if the price drops, so that you'd be notified if the price drops and then you know to rebook. United miles never expire as long as your MileagePlus account stays open and active. So there's not an earning or redeeming schedule required, you just have to keep the account open. If you're traveling with kids under 12, United guarantees children will be seated next to an adult family member at no extra charge. This applies even in basic economy where seat selection is normally locked out entirely. If adjacent seats aren't available when you book your flight, United will allow a free flight change with no fare difference. When you go to book an award flight, if you're a cardholder, you'll be able to see clearly what that cardholder pricing is, and if you aren't, you'll see what it could be if you got a United card. I have to say that I do really like the United site for searching and booking flights. It is just really easy to use. I think it's one of the best interfaces of an airline award search site that we have. And the last unique thing to United I want to talk about is miles pooling, which no other major US airline has. So up to 5 MileagePlus members can combine their miles into one shared pool account. You can invite family members, friends, travel buddies. You don't even have to be in the same household or share a last name or anything. There's no minimum age, which means your kids' miles can be pooled as well. So how it works is that someone over 18 becomes the pool leader and creates a pool for free through their MileagePlus account at united.com. They can invite up to 4 other members using each person's MileagePlus number and email. Everyone can choose how many of their personal miles they want to contribute to the pool. You don't have to put in your whole balance. Then the pool leader and any members they grant permission to can book award flights using the pooled total. So this really helps if you're a few miles short or if you have some people with just a few United miles in their account that are essentially orphaned miles. Before pooling, you were stuck transferring miles between accounts, and that costs fees that often wipe out the value. With pooling, you can combine what you have and book. A few things to note are that you want to choose your pool leader strategically. Award availability is based on the status and benefits of whoever is booking. So whoever does the booking from the pool should be whoever holds a United card or has the best MileagePlus status. Pooled miles can only be used for United and United Express operated flights, not Star Alliance partner awards like Lufthansa or Air Canada. If you want to redeem on a partner airline, that has to come from your individual account. There is a workaround, though, that I'll explain in a minute. So generally, though, only contribute to the pool what you're planned to use for United-operated flights. Just a few more rules so you know the lay of the land. New members do have to wait 72 hours after joining before contributing or redeeming. So this isn't something that you can do immediately. So it might make sense to set up a family pool even before you might use it. You can set it up without contributing any miles to it. Once you put miles into the pool, there is a 24-hour window to reverse it, but after that, those miles stay in the pool even if you leave. And if you leave, you have to wait 90 days before joining another pool. Okay, so that's the basics, but here's a few loopholes that can help you out, especially when it comes to dissolving a pool, that can help you move miles around actually for free. So if a pool leader leaves or dissolves a pool, remaining miles are split equally among all members at that time, including the leader. If a pool leader is the only person left in the pool, they get all the miles into their individual account. And at that point, those miles can then be used to book any flight for anybody, including Star Alliance partner flights. So if you want to move miles to someone else, or if you have pooled miles but then decide you need to book a partner flight, here's your workaround. You would want all the other members to leave the pool first, and then the leader will dissolve it as the sole remaining member, which means all the miles are going to go to the leader's individual account with no pool restrictions within about 24 hours. So that can also be useful for helping you consolidate, especially in a family if people have smaller balances, especially if kids have smaller balances. That's a way that over the course of a few weeks, you could take the time to move all of the points into one person's account, which just makes it easier to book awards. So let's move into action steps and then wrap this up. First, I'd say download the MPX app and poke around. I think it's useful to spend just a few minutes to get a sense of the stores where you can buy those e-gift cards and earn extra miles to help you understand if it makes sense for you to pursue as a strategy. Like I mentioned, you might want to avoid it for purchases where you want credit card extended benefits or purchase protection, but you'll still find restaurants or even AMC theaters is in there too. If you spend a few minutes looking at it, then you could also decide that maybe you don't want to do it at all, but at least you've gone through that process and now you know. If you have an upcoming trip and plan to use Lyft, this would be a good opportunity to link your Lyft and United accounts to earn that 1,000 bonus miles. Otherwise, I'd suggest waiting until you will have 2 Lyft trips in 30 days so that you can be sure to get those 1,000 bonus miles. If you have family members with small United balances, I'd recommend you set up a pool right now so that you'll have the option to move miles into the pool and even eventually dissolve it if necessary to consolidate miles in one person's account. Next week in part 2, we're going to cover how to book United flights without using MileagePlus at all through partners like Turkish Airways and Avianca LifeMiles and Air Canada Aeroplan. That's going to help you if you don't have Chase Ultimate Rewards or Bilt Rewards, but you want to be flying United. All the links and the resources from today are in the show notes so that you can find them easily. Thanks so much for spending time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time where we will continue to unlock these secrets of travel points together.